Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Five Star Revolution podcast with your host, CJ Price. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight on the Five Star Revolution podcast. Don't forget to join us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. Tonight, we have a very special guest. He's all the way from Maine, and his name is Big Cat. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing yourself? Thanks again for having me.
Thanks for joining me here tonight. I really appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it too. So, be the
So,
my first podcast. So,
your first podcast.
first
Well,
one.
being made right here, right now. So let's start from the beginning here. Were you a fan of wrestling growing up? And if so, who were some of your favorites?
So, so I remember my first time going to wrestling was way back when I was a kid. I don't remember what year it was, but or remember the show, but I do remember the main event, which was Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart for a chairs match. And ever since then, I was a huge fan of wrestling. I watched till the Attitude Era, then I wasn't allowed to watch it anymore. And then I picked back up in the early 2000s and off and on uh, 2015 or so, and then actually got more into independent wrestling and of course picked back up with AEW and WWE currently right now.
So who were some of your favorite wrestlers when you were watching
Oh,
wrestling?
so it started with, of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then later on became Undertaker, Edge, and then right now it's definitely CM Punk. So
All great wrestlers, great legends. CM Punk, definitely a future legend himself.
definitely.
And great picks, man. I love Edge. I love Taker. Great wrestlers right there. So let's skip a little head in your life here. When was that moment, that time in your head where you said, I want to do this. I want to become a pro wrestler?
So I'm gonna say it was probably early, um, well not early, it'd be late, so about 2010, 2011. Just kicking off with, like I said, CM Punk. He's doing his reign, and I took to heart with the like the underdog type character where he was not even supposed to be here, and now he's in the business, and now he's up top, and he's going to show the world and the company that he not only deserves to be champion, but he can also run the place. So at that time, I definitely wanted to do it. I actually contacted my local independent wrestling company, and I was pretty broke. So when he told me how much it was going to cost to be a wrestler, I'm like, okay, maybe we're gonna have to hold that off. And so later on in life, I tried again, same thing. It was like, oof. And just recent, few years ago, I heard about Limitless Wrestling, and I've always, always had that thought in the back hand. You're working, you're just daydreaming, being champion, tag teaming with somebody, and I've always wanted to do that. And my brother brought up Limitless Wrestling, and I checked them out, and I thought it was going to be the same story too. It was going to be like, I'm going to ask him, and he's going to tell me a ridiculous price, and I was going to have to shoot it down. But oh, it was reasonable gym membership. He said, "Hey, come to class, check it out." Came to class, first day. At first, didn't really think it was for me, and then I was like, "You know what? I'll try it again." And then the next day was our ginormous class, and I had a ball, and here I am right now. So.
So, what was your first impressions when you? I know you said that you didn't like it at first. Why didn't you like it at first? Why? What was it that?
So I would say it was more discouraging for me as a bigger guy because I'm weighing like 340 pounds. At that time, I think I was actually almost 400 pounds, and I've never been this big. When I was growing up in high school, I was around 260, 250, and I was also did some wrestling in little school all the way up to high school. So coming in the class, he goes just doing a normal roll. It's like, yeah, I got this, and then found out I couldn't do it. and it was just discouraging these things that I know I could do it, but because of my size, I couldn't do it. And the trainer at the time, he pulled me aside and he's like, you know what, don't worry about it. You know, we're all at different levels. Not everybody's gonna come in and be a superstar. There's gonna be guys exactly like you. And he said, you did the second hardest thing today. You came to class. First hardest thing is coming back. So I took that into heart, and then I was like, all right, I'll try next class. And the next class I met all the stars that are coming up now for Limitless, Dave Dyer, Dylan Nix, Jesse Nolan, Connor Hex, Matt Daniels, who was now Limitless Let's Wrestle champion, just from the Rumble this weekend, and had a ball with all those guys. And I don't think I could stop talking about it all the way drive home. And then that time I lived 2 hours away. And my wife's like, all right, I gotta go to bed. I'm glad you love this, so keep this, and we'll talk about this later. So,
But you're still a rookie, right? You're only like a
right.
year in.
Yeah, I'm a year in. I debuted last year against Alexander Lee, and we had probably I don't know, I want to say the best matches, but we did Limitless Dojo at that time because it was still when I debuted it was a little bit different. So like guys like Dylan Nix, Connor Hex, they had maybe one match, and then the pandemic hit, and then we did the road, and that was because of the restrictions for Maine. We could only do like 50 people, and if you think about it, by the time you do all the wrestlers, ring crew, people that's supposed to be there help them out, you're already at 30 people. So we just stuck with wrestlers. So a bunch of these guys, they got to wrestle in front of wrestlers. And when I debuted, it was the first time the crowd came back, and it was actually kind of awesome. We literally sold out within 12 hours.
Nice.
It was like a 200 people venue. We sold out within 12 hours. I think majority of the tickets were gone by the first 5 hours. So I took that into heart to, okay, I know this is we're doing this in front of people, but I need to make the best impression.
Right.
So I came out with probably one of the best wrestlers in Maine, if not the best wrestler in Maine, Hardcore Jesus Alexander Lee, and we did an awesome story where we just kept wanting each other, and then 4 matches in, doing my first hardcore match, and a lot of the guys, a lot of the students haven't even done that yet. So I kind of took pride in that, knowing that I was kind of more the first the student to do that, and just selling out the places, and the crowd pops. It just, you get butterflies before you hit that curtain, but as soon as your music hits, it like all goes away. And I got a pretty poppin' song, so people clap to it, come out, can't even hear. But yeah, it's great.
So for those people that are listening right now, Limitless Wrestling is one of the top tier independent wrestling promotions in the Northeast. Do you mind talking a little bit about Limitless, how it is backstage and how it is to wrestle for them?
Yeah, I think the reason why we're so popular is because of what we produce. We're not toxic. You come in, and it's kind of funny seeing these guys come in that never been to Limitless, and having us cheer and say, "Dude, that was an amazing match," and just seeing their reaction, like, "Oh, thanks," because I don't think they get that with other promotions. And Limitless is just have been like, everything's been put out is coming through the mind of Randy Carver, and has this amazing mind and amazing vision that I'm surprised people haven't offered him other positions, and especially WWE, knowing that WWE watches us. But the fact that we are so big is, like I said, is that we're I don't think there's any politics. Maybe at the topper level, but overall, no. You know what you're gonna get when you get there. you're always going to have a sellout crowd. Like the main crowd is always going to be behind it. Like I don't know how many times we've put out the main events and the card just not even having the full card and the place selling out. Um, and yeah, it's just a place that people want to come. Always everybody's asking like when can I get to the when can I get into the next Limitless show? So yeah, we just built up that reputation. Starting out 5 years ago, first champion MJF, um, before he got signed to AEW, and then we had Anthony Green, who then eventually got signed to NXT, who's sadly got released last year. And then we have Christian Casanova, who is right now NXT champion. I can't remember what
He's an NXT North American champion known as Carmelo Hayes.
Yes, was Carmelo Hayes. And then Anthony back as champion when he came back. Oh no, actually, sorry, it was Garcia, Daniel Garcia, who is right now killing it in AEW. All his matches are great. He's had matches with Punk, with Darby Allin, who's also he's done a few shows with Darby Allin for Limitless. And then we had Anthony Green again, coming back, becoming champion, and now we have Alec Price, who I'm surprised is still with the company because how good he is. Because that's the running joke. It's like you're champion. The AEW and WWE is looking at you. They're waiting to get their hands on you. So, but no, Alec Price, fantastic guy. He's actually one of the first guys to pull me aside when I did one of my matches and talked to me, told me, hey, this is what you could do. This is what you can do better. And in the indies, you really don't get that. You really you do your match and you go. Limitless is a completely different story. You have guys pulling you aside and say, hey, try this next time. It's like, oh, I like you doing that. Show that more. So, yeah. So Limitless is definitely a place that everybody loves to be.
So as a rookie, because you're only like a year into the wrestling business, so you're still a rookie.
Yep.
How does it feel to be part of such a prestigious independent wrestling promotion?
Oof. It's a little overwhelming. Not gonna lie. Like right now, I've only done matches with trainers. I've done other promotions. But just to even the dojo, having like recently at the Let's Wrestle, we did a seminar with Anthony, and even being in the ring with Anthony, it was just like, whew, and I'm not even locking up with him. Same thing with Ace Romero. Like he's done training. He's been coaching some of the students, and just locking up with him in the ring. It's just like it gets a little overwhelming, but it's at the same time, it's like you want to thrive to be that good. You want to be thrive to get on that level where you can have those matches, where you can go in and say, "Holy shit, I'm wrestling," Scotty Too Hottie, whatever, who's now I believe he's in the next promotion in Yarmouth with Dirty Dango, who used to be a Fandango, who was also an awesome guy. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, it does sound a little overwhelming, especially knowing all those big names that's been through there and still going through Limitless
Right.
Wrestling. I watched Limitless on YouTube. Very good promotion, man.
Oh, it's great. We promote on IWTV. I think right now Pluto TV is running from the Road season 1 to 3. But yeah, IWTV, independent TV, some of the best pay-per-views. Welcome to the Dance. That's my favorite to go to. The one that we just did, I think Cut Loose, I think is that one. That one's really good. So we're always putting out content every month, and there's always a backlog, so you can see like Limitless first starts and stuff like that. And like I said, a lot of the AEW and WWE guys have stepped foot in Limitless at one point or another. Either they've started with the company or they just came in as for a promotion. But yeah, it's pretty awesome to have that kind of star power. I always joke with Randy, be like, it's like, okay, so when are we gonna put shit on TV and be like Ring of Honor or something like that? And he's like, not just yet, not that big yet. So
So let's talk about Big Cat for a second here. Who is Big Cat? Who is the character? What is he about?
so uh, during training, I've always got the comments of the trainers and students. It's like, for a big guy, you can move pretty well. And if you see my matches too, like a lot of the stuff that you see little guys do, like you like, oh, there's no way that guy can do it. There's no way that guy can move like that, but I can do it. Big Cat actually came from my buddy uh, um, Doug Weiser, good friend of mine. We were actually chatted on the Let's Wrestle show. He wants to be. He's like, we can be the Dirty Birds. Come on, we can tag. Let's tag. I'm getting the fire back. I love Weiser. He's so great. So we are doing training. This is way back early in the beginning, and we are doing pin drills, and just getting ready to getting hooking in the pin, make sure you get it, whatever. And I slide in, I go for the pin, and Weiser goes, ugh! And I thought I hurt him because I was a big guy, because I'm a bigger guy, so I thought I squashed him. And after we do the drill, I pull him aside. I'm like, buddy, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. He goes, what? No, you didn't hurt me at all. It's like, no. What happened was, I went to go look up for the pin, and then I just see this giant. It looked like a giant big cat coming at me, and it scared the shit out of me. So that's where the big cat came from, and it just stuck. Everybody in the dojo calls me Big Cat, and to me, it's just like, okay, I'm that fierce. I'm gonna go in and kick ass type guy. I'm funny and like uh, nice guy outside of the ring, but once my music hits, it's like, okay, now it's time. Now someone's gonna get their ass kicked. Someone's gonna get a beating. So that's how I've been trying to keep it that way, and I've been trying to train and make sure that I can make sure I can keep that physique of Big Cat of I'm going in and I'm kicking ass, and when you hear that music, you hear that lion roar, it's go time, and you better be ready. So
Sounds good, my friend. I want to see that in action someday.
hey, we got shows Yarmouth every month. Looks like Let's Wrestle's back. So there's Herman, Maine. I don't know how far you live, but we did a show in Massachusetts. I think we might be maybe doing some more eventually some other time. I have no clue. That's like I said, that's the brain of Randy. So he's definitely, he knows when to pick them and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if we start venturing out a little bit more.
So, are you ready for a little challenge, my friend?
Oh, I could try.
I always do this to every single guest that comes on my podcast, so you're never not gonna be different. I want to challenge you to cut a promo in character for like 30 seconds on anything you want. Do you think you can do it?
I think I can.
Let's see it.
All right. So let's see. Just getting my thoughts going. So, not a lot of you guys know me, but the whole state of Maine knows who I am. I'm Big Cat. When I step in that ring, it's 100%. So you better be ready. I'm kicking ass and I'm taking names. I don't fool around in that ring. It's always go time. It's always ready to go. I will bleed for this company. I will pour my sweat and tears if it means that I can put you down. I don't stop until you can put me down, and that takes quite a bit of power to keep this big cat down.
Not bad, not bad. Hey,
Hey, I'm still green, so
not bad, man. Hey, at least you accepted the challenge and you were
yeah,
man enough to do it. So I appreciate that.
yeah, no problem.
So let's talk about your future here. Who is some of the names in Limitless Wrestling or independent wrestling that you have your mind on that you want to step in the ring with?
Oh, I actually posted this on Twitter a few days ago just to give myself something to motivate myself to make sure I'm good, to make sure I can, you know, keep going on the pace that I am. Um, love to get in the ring with Anthony Green. Love to get in the ring with Ace Romero. Rip Bison would be awesome. He would beat the living shit out of me, but um, I think that'd be great. Of course, Alec Price. All the students. I love to be getting all the students. Dave Dyer. I've always talked about when we're gonna have our match. We did one little match in Buxton, Maine, and ever since then I was like, okay, we gotta get the crowd behind us and get this on film because he's he was a great wrestler. I'm honestly surprised he's not champion everywhere else, somewhere else in the state of Maine. Um, Jeez, love to face Love Doug. I think that'd be a great match. Um, yeah, just like anyone that steps in Limitless, I always strive to do like want to fight that top guy. You know, um, love to wrestle any of the WWE guys or AEW guys. Uh, uh, Dirty Dango, Scotty Toati, or I don't know what his name is now. It's Scotty something. Love to step in the ring with him. Any of the Impact guys, that come in the Limitless, having that opportunity. Not there yet, obviously, but I think I just keep on the path that I am, then I will get there. Mac Daniels has only been, um, I think he's only been doing this 3 years, 4 years, and look at where he's at now. He's amazing talent. You just want to hate him. Just want to hate him. He's that character is just like, I want to punch you in the face every single time you talk. Because he's that cocky son of a bitch who's like, yeah, you know who it is. Character. It's like, but there's a reason why he's champion right now because he's amazing. So, and he's fought, like, he's been in the ring with other top guys. So, I want to be at that level where Randy pulls me aside and says, "Hey, this is who you're gonna be fighting," and not even thinking about it, he's like, "Okay, yeah, sweet, let's do it." So,
Well, you're only a year in, so I'm sure you have a lot of opportunities with Limitless Wrestling to face a lot of those guys that you just mentioned, and I'm sure we'll see you in the ring with Alec Price and Rip Bison and guys like that. I'm
yeah.
sure we'll see those matches in the future,
Oh,
man.
definitely, definitely. Like I said, I'm pushing myself as much as I can in the dojo, and like I'm hoping by the end of the year you're gonna see at least Anthony or somebody like that I'm gonna be stepping in the ring with. So.
Speaking of the end of the year, what's in your future? What's going on in the next 3 years? What can we expect out of you?
Oh boy, next 3 years. Well, I'm hoping by then, um, I'll be doing other promotions too. Maybe traveling a little bit. I know a lot of the guys they've gone like MSP. They're going to Texas. Lucky. Um, yeah, I want to be like that, being able to get phone calls from different promotions asking me to go travel down there. Um, but I also don't want it to interfere with my family. Love my wife and my two kids. Just had my second son in December, and it's because of my wife that I'm here.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it's because of my wife that I'm in Limitless. She's the one that's been pushing me to follow my dreams. My dream was to be a wrestler. Her dream was to be a mother. So I want to keep it that way, and so yeah, hopefully, I love to be in chaotic, do some beyond, the other promotions down south, yeah, and just travel the world, get that opportunity, maybe, because I think I might be wrong, but I think Becca and Ava Evitt, I think they have a match in Germany, I think, coming up or something like that. So I could be wrong on that. Fact check me on that one. But I think it is out of the U.S. So, but yeah, that's what I'm striving for, being able to, you know, be so good that every promotion wants a hold of you. So
I'm sure you'll get there, my friend. So speaking of your future and stuff, this is my last question for you, Mr. Big Cat. What do you want to get out of this business? What's your main goal?
it's my main goal out of this business. Well, you know, I'd love to get signed. Uh, love to get signed somewhere. Mainly probably like AEW Impact. Um, WWE right now is kind of off the table for me personally, just because, like I said, I'm a family man. I love coming home to see my kids and my wife. WWE, you're on the road all the time, and I I want my kids to see me growing up in person and not on TV. So, even though WWE would probably be amazing to be in, and having that type of power, uh, being a WWE superstar, it's just not for me. As a family guy, not for me. AEW and Impact and other promotions that sign you currently right now, unless you're like guy being used every single day on TV. Hell, even Moxley, he can do independent promotions. So I just like that idea where it's like, hey, we're not using you probably 3-4 weeks. Why don't you go and make your own money on the independents? And you know, was it maybe 10 years ago? The independents were like nothing. They you were pretty much making no money when you're on the independents. You were there just pretty much for free, and just trying to get your name out there. Now you can make a living on the independents. Um, Now you can get your name, like, hell, you see an AEW friggin' uh uh the Young Bucks, and wow, the name's not getting to me right now.
Adam Cole?
Yeah, just all the AEW, most of the AEW guys never stepped in the WWE ring. They've all done the independents, and they've all um, they've all gotten their name out that way. They've traveled the world, did New Japan, stuff like that, and they put their name out, and they became these amazing stars, not from WWE. So I'm never gonna say never for WWE, but like I said, currently right now and maybe when my kids grow up, if they're like a 45-year-old being, um, that's another reason why I'm trying to push myself, because I'm almost 30, and I don't got all the time. I not like everybody, all these other young guys that were able to do it when they were 15 years old or 16 years old. So that's why I'm putting double the work in for training and for shows, and just to show who Big Cat is and kick some ass, and, have some fun with it, throw some people around. That's always fun to do. So
Well, sounds like you're in good hands with the Limitless Wrestling Dojo, and also being a part of Limitless is speaks for itself. Also, I want to say that I see a big future in your because of your size, man. Seriously.
yeah, that's the one good thing about my size. Like I said, like you don't expect you don't expect a 340-pound guy to pop up and take your head off with a clothesline. That's what I love about me, and I would like to slim down. Just get down to the um, under 300. I don't know, working on that, um, and I'll even be more scarier then. But yeah, so
So where can our listeners follow you on social media?
okay, so I created these way back when, so I never changed them. So for Twitter and Facebook, actually, sorry, Twitter. I wrote them down too, so I wouldn't forget. Um, for Twitter, you can follow me at Tyler Adams. Um, just by my old wrestling name. It used to be Big Cat Tyler Adams. Uh, and then on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you can follow me at Big Cat Tyler Adams. And
And
then
that's two D's, right? The Adams.
yes, two D's, ADDAMS. So
Well, there you go, folks. Go follow my friend on all those platforms that he just mentioned. Tyler Adams, two D's and Adams.
yep,
And also follow us on Facebook, Five Star Revolution Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. Thank you so much for joining us, Tyler Adams. We wish you the best of luck in your career. And
thank you.
hopefully, if you make it big, you come back on, my friend.
Hey, hopefully when you make it big, you remember me and you bring me back on.
All
So
right. All right, man. You have a good night.
thank you.
All right.